Um, we spoke about Rumeysa, Ozturk, and Mahmoud Khalil. They were both detained. Rumeysa was abducted in broad daylight, Mahmoud before her. But before them, you were persecuted and prosecuted by the United States government for your activism for the Palestinian cause. So my question to you is this any different from the time when the US government came after you? Is this the same, or are we headed into uncharted waters?
I mean, it's the same mentality at work here, but it's getting much, much worse during my time. Yes, I was targeted. And yes, during my trial, what they use as evidence after keeping me for 41 straight months in solitary confinement, 27 months before trial. And even during my trial, which still is the longest trial since 9/11, 6 months, continuous months, every day, single day, we were in court. And the notion that the United States will go after me, they had to use criminal codes, they had to use criminal charges. They had to construct a conspiracy that did not exist. They had to construct a conspiracy, and therefore they snatched other innocent people in the case in order to argue that there is a conspiracy. They were asking for 3 life sentences plus 220 years. They assembled massive amount of evidence. They thought over 600,000 documents, including 65,000 documents in Hebrew. They had over 21,000 hours of surveillance, phone calls and faxes and tapes, in which they numbered about 471,000 hours calls and faxes over a 10-year span. And with all this, what they used also during the trial, as when they invaded my house twice, they used titles of books that I owned as evidence against me. They used conversations I had with others as evidence against us. They used even articles I wrote, First Amendment stuff. Even they used I was an editor of a magazine. They used the articles that I approved to go into the magazine. Because I approved them, they became evidence against me. Even in one instance, if it wasn't true, would have been a joke, a dream in which one of my co-defendants recited to another co-defendant over the phone, that dream in which I was talking to him in his dream, and he recited that dream to another co-defendant, that dream, since I was talking about Palestine, became evidence against me. It wasn't even my dream, and yet it was used evidence. And with all this, 6 months and 80 witnesses, including 21 from Israel, brought from Israel to testify, the jury, that tells you the essence that we could actually win this argument when the American people truly know what the argument is. They talked to this jury for months on end. I did not call a single witness. They called dozens and dozens and dozens of witnesses, FBI agents, Israeli witnesses, and so on and so forth, and they could not convict on a single charge after 6 months with over 100 charges. That tells you that these kind of things, even though they try to terrorize you, they try to scare you, they don't work. Now they are trying this thing again. But now they are trying not to tread on American citizens, because this is how they start. They start targeting immigrants and vulnerable people. They try to go after green card holders, thinking that the American citizens will not revolt, they will not rebel, they will not object, they will not oppose this. But what's going to happen is that this is going to actually be seen by any person with a clear conscience, with a concern about the American Constitution and civil rights and Bill of Rights, that they will be completely alarmed of what's happening. Because once you allow a government, the tyranny of a government, to go over one segment of society, they will not stop. They're going to go after the rest of society. And I think this is the real aim here, is to scare people so much of police, of law enforcement agencies, by which people will start agreeing to policies that they abhor, that they object to, that they hate, that they despise, in order for the other side to get their way. And I think now we're going to see a total rejection of such policies. And I believe that at heart, the society in America, once it knows the truth, it will reject such policies. It will reject such extremist elements within society that is being run today openly. They don't even hide it anymore by Zionist interests. I mean, we've seen that, one of these organizations called Bitar. This organization is a Zionist organization, and they boast, telling people that we are behind these names that we were given to the government so that we can revoke their visas and deport them from the United States. These are Zionist elements going after Palestinian activists and pro-Palestinian activists, giving their names to the government so that the government can do its dirty work to get these people out. This is exactly what happened in my case, because after my case, these same Zionist organizations were boasting that they were after what happened to me, that they were after writing reports to the Justice Department, to the FBI, to the U.S. attorney, and so on and so forth, so that I will be targeted. So it's a deja vu again. It's the same mentality again at work. But I believe this time around, there are more awareness. We've seen the hundreds of thousands of people throughout the United States, throughout the streets, the squares, decrying what's happening, standing with Palestinian rights. And I think over time, these people will be exposed. Not only will be exposed, but they will be rejected, and they will be totally stopped from what they're trying to pursue, which is the hegemony of Zionism, not only in this part of the world, but also in the United States of America.